Rutherford. Dr. Rutherford, so glad to have you with us.
Yeah, thank you.
And we have
Jana Hayes.
Jana Hayes with us. And Jana, so glad to have you with us too. Good morning, everyone. Finally, let's thank our sponsors this morning.
All right, we've got Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Upland, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Foxbury Wealth Management.
All right, wonderful. Well, let's see what today is so that we can celebrate our holidays. We don't want to, yesterday was ice cream sandwich day. I had to make sure we didn't miss that one for today.
Speaking of those, they have the big boy, the thicker ones that are square, and they have them with sugar cookie with strawberry ice cream. Just little facts.
Get out. They've just gone crazy on that. It's just...
They're called big boy because if you eat enough, that's what you're saying.
All right, we're on to the third day of August. Today is Airplane Crop Duster Day. So,
got that out here.
Yeah, we do.
I've seen several planes flying around.
Clean your floors day.
That doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
No.
That should be every day.
But I do want to say, over at Walmart, they have got the cleanest floor. You can almost do your makeup in the shine. Definitely put your lipstick on, on the shine.
They don't let me near that, though. I tell them all the time, let me ride around on that floor scrubber.
No. It looks like something from Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, it does.
So now's a really good time, at the schools.
Oh.
Floors are shining all over the place, that kind of thing. So custodians, maintenance guys just hit a home run this summer.
They are rock stars. They are. Grab some nuts day, and it is actually showing peanuts, pecans, and what's your favorite kind, Bradley?
Cashews.
Cashews. Ooh.
Excellent choice, cashews, not pecans.
Okay.
Pecans.
Yeah.
Pecans are good in a lot.
Yeah. I like, definitely.
See, as long as the pecans go to the top, I just like the bottom stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so my wife and I, we always share pecan pie. She eats all the top, and I eat the good stuff. So,
that worked out really good then, yeah. All right. National Watermelon Day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're kind of new to this area, and do you know about the Jackson County watermelons?
I do not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you like watermelon?
Oh.
They're just okay for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do cantaloupe. I'm a
Cantaloupe
guy.
person.
The cantaloupes are rocking.
Yeah.
I think more cantaloupes than you. I started to bring you one, but then I ate it. So
Well, that's good because normally you're like the
watermelon. No, I switched
because
it's not as sweet.
I like a bad influence.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've switched over more cantaloupe. Yeah, but the watermelons for anybody like having a gathering or a family gathering, or the rest of your family will. Yeah, the Jackson County watermelons. Yeah. So get out and enjoy. Those are our holidays today for sure. All right, and I do want to say we talked a little bit before. This is Education Wednesday, and we talked about all of the great opportunities at Salem. We're going to be featuring Salem Community Schools, and of course tomorrow. I know Blair Thompson's excited and the whole gang. We're going to do some actual scrimmaging tomorrow night at the Salem High School. So it's going to be fun. And we've got some third graders coming out, some other younger ones coming. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's tomorrow.
Friday night.
Friday
night at 7. Is that right? Yes.
I keep thinking today's Thursday. Okay, let me just put this out there. I went to Holiday World yesterday, okay? And it's a whole nother, you come back and, yes, try to get back into the groove. But yes, Friday night.
Especially in the middle of the week, because it's not your typical routine.
Yeah. So Friday night at 7.
7 o'clock, yes.
This is going to be fun.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, for sure. So it's going to be an opportunity for everybody to come out and meet. But anyway, we're excited about that. But also, I just read something and I want to go ahead and read it. It talks about quiet quitting, okay? And have you ever heard the term quiet quitting yet? It's a new term out, and what it is, it's where you maybe have a job, but you kind of stop caring about that job, okay? And we've all known people that had that happen, okay? So it's not actually quitting your job. It means you just stop caring as much and don't want to go that extra mile. So basically, you choose to only perform at specific duties. So instead of giving 110, so the goal to make sure that there's room for other stuff in your life and you're not a workaholic. But obviously, there's a fine line between having a good life-work balance and just being lazy. So the study showed it's possible that the pandemic lockdown caused it. People who were overworked finally got a break, realizing that free time is nice and wanted more of it. And the fact that the wealth gap is widening probably isn't helping either, it's possible that people don't try as hard. So this new term, I want to say but I want to kind of just say that I think we learned during the pandemic to what's important to realize things, maybe that we didn't focus on, we focus on differently. But I think that quiet quitting is very dangerous, and I think that if that might be, we talked about maybe like it might be where you get stagnant at your job, and maybe that's something you might want to look into your career. But I think when you're at your work, you should give 110%. You know what I mean? You guys?
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, in the educational world, we were talking about this yesterday. It's so exciting, the part that there's a start and there's a finish. Mm-hmm. And so, like last year, if you didn't have the best year, you can come back and you'll be ready for a new year. Here we go. If last year was one of your best years ever, hey, we'll just build upon it. Mm-hmm. So to me, there's always a start, a finish, a new, fresh. And just like some of our employees, just yesterday, the energy, the positive energy was just, we were all in the gym, and it was exciting. So, So they hit it very well. If there's any of those quiet quitters out there, I didn't see it yesterday.
Love that.
Or in the last month or so.
Right.
Yeah, well, I think with us, we were customer-facing so long for our frontline associates.
Yes.
So they were there a lot, but we, as a company, something like my job changed drastically as far as I was suddenly in front of a computer. I could be remotely, from home, or I could be, locked away in an office. But I think one thing that we did that just is when you start seeing the engagement coming back, getting the people that are used to being remote and coming back, the engagement with the frontline associates, I think that kind of cut that off a little quicker. It made it to where we as a company didn't, for our indirects, or however people want to put it, home office associates, field management, field HR associates. So you just get a different perspective. However, we saw a little bit of that in our frontline associates, and that the pandemic was tough. We were open when other places weren't open, and we were following all the protocols, but and so about a year into the pandemic, we started changing how we are engaged with our associates, and giving even people that normally would be in a Zoom meeting or in an office more engagement, get out and be associate engaged. And, even if it's not quote unquote your job, you're out there talking to the frontline associates, learning stuff, things like that. And that can kind of help with that, them not checking out, or an associate, not being a quiet quitter, and still realizing that there's a good balance. And Becky and I have talked about this a lot. I was one of those that it was hard for me to transition to not being out with everybody all the time. It was hard to do that lockdown for me. But that's just because that's how I approach my job. But I was one of the ones very quickly. But I had peers that it was hard for them to get back, and once they came back, haven't been performing at the level that they're used to. And I think that's a struggle for a lot of companies across the board, even ones that were ahead of the curve.
Right. But I think in teaching too, let's get to our teachers. Everybody during the pandemic, this is not what we signed up for. We want that interaction. We want that personal. We want to see those children. So now it just seems like everybody's chomping at the bit. I mean, over the moon to get there and get that normal back. And this is like our first year of starting off normal, right? Mm-hmm.
Well, I think from an outsider view, looking at teachers and stuff, you have those armchair quarterbacks, and I always talk about let the teaching professionals do what they're supposed to do, because they're the experts. They're the subject matter experts. But it's always easy to look from the outside and say, oh, they just enjoy the time off. Oh, they've already got summers off. All of that type of armchair quarterbacking. But yet, it's hard for them. That teachers signed up to be with their kids. I mean, anybody that just knows, and I have family members and people I love dearly that are in education, and because they want to be there with the kids and they want to do what's right. So that's a tough thing when you're suddenly, hey, I can't be where I thrive, I guess.
And it is. And the neat part is, I've been here since July 1.
Yeah.
And the number of cars and the number of teachers that's been in since July, if not sooner, getting their classrooms ready, getting their centers ready, getting everything ready. They're not on the clock yet.
Yeah.
But they're preparing. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
So, and going back to the other part of it too is talking about your employees too. I think it's perfectly fine for them to come to work and enjoy it. You know, and that would be our goal is when you come in, you enjoy the people you're working with.
Right.
The people you're around. You want them to come with smiles. You want to wake up in the morning, hey, I'm smiling, I'm ready to go. But a lot of that is the people around you. And kind of give you that support system as well. So.
Yeah. Well, let's introduce yourself and tell us a little about yourself because this is your first time on radio with us.
It is, yes, very much so.
And tell us about your family and everything about it.
Gotcha. So I have 3 daughters, and one's 26. I have a 24-year-old, and then a 21-year-old as well. That both of them just turned to 21 and to 24. My oldest daughter is a kindergarten teacher. She teaches at South Knox, and she has her and her husband Ethan. They have we have a granddaughter, our first granddaughter, which is so amazing. So my little Eliana and that kind of thing, she is beyond perfect. Yes. So yeah. And so she got to spend some time with us last night and that kind of thing. So that was just super. My middle daughter, she's going to be a business teacher at the high school. So she finished up. She has a biology degree, a chemistry degree, but she also has her MBA in business. And then my youngest daughter, she's with us as well, and she's going to go off to college, and she's at Lindsay Wilson, and she'll be a junior at Lindsay Wilson. And then my wife of 29 years, and that's my wife Lindsay, and she's going to be a kindergarten teacher as well here at Salem. So so we're definitely in the educational world, yes, and we love the profession.
Yeah, and I like that everybody's getting involved. You know, it's nice, and we kind of get to know your family better and get to be a part. And that's the way it should be. You know, we're dealing not with. I mean, we're dealing with children. You know what I mean? We're dealing with people, and to be more of a family atmosphere, and that's kind of what you're bringing to this.
Yes, very much so. Salem has just been amazing. Just our little time that we've been here, the people have just been outstanding. My daughter, just the other day, Dana and I were just talking, on the way here. Just meeting people that you don't even know, and they're just so friendly and open. So it's been just a great experience for us.
Right. And what's some things, I guess, that you'll be, tomorrow's the first big day. Watch out, I'm getting nervous.
Yes.
Well, I know, like, at our house, the first day of school, there was, because I have girls, all girls, and, every wardrobe outfit, finding that perfect first day, and I don't care if you bought that first day outfit, it might not be, the first, it's whatever mood, whatever outfit, that's a huge ordeal of getting everybody, getting there, making sure they get up on time, because they've had a little bit of a break, a vacation, and that's a lot, to get everybody out the door and get back in that routine. I think everybody loves it, but it's just, a lot going on tomorrow morning, so...
Yes, it's exciting times.
Pressure on you, but
yes, it is. Yeah, first day.
Pressure.
No pressure there, but it's kind of a big deal.
First day with a little bit of construction going on and that kind of thing. So there'll be a little bit of twists and turns that first day. A lot of parents are going to want to drop off, and we're good with that. So we have a traffic plan. Dee Dee's been working on that. Our bus drivers are all ready for it. The mayor has been wonderful as far as working with NDOT and open up Water Street going all the way through. So the police department's ready. They're going to help us out tomorrow as well with some traffic. So it's like all hands on deck.
Absolutely, and we need everyone.
We do. And
you
so
get on the loud speaker. Everyone report to the Salem High School and Middle School and Elementary School campus.
Yes, just to make sure everything goes smooth. I think we even have the, Coach Thompson has some of the football players, senior football players, that's going to be at the elementary school helping out as well, directing traffic and that kind of thing. And when the kids come in in their uniforms, so this has all just been everybody's just jumping on board and making it's going to be everything we can do to make it just a wonderful first day.
And
wow.
And like those kids that's their first day at Brady Shrine, they'll remember those guys, won't they?
Oh,
that's amazing.
I would just, it makes me want to go back.
I'm sending a junior off, and our first day of school is going to be, I'm going to be in the pool, and he's going to be on the deck with his backpack, and I'll have it.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
See you later.
Great first day.
That's right.
Have a sign. Great first day.
Get them.
There you go.
Well, I think that's awesome. That I think that it's kind of cliche, but we think we call ourselves Salem Community Schools, and I think that That's one thing that we got great schools here in Washington County, but I think, and being an alum, I'm very proud that we do. Community is important to us here, and I like that your family's going to be involved in building that family atmosphere, because there are kiddos in our community that's where they have a sense of purpose and family. You know, they may not feel that or see those examples sometimes, sadly, for whatever reason.
Right.
But I think that's important. I think getting the community involved and everybody, it does take a village. It really does.
Well, I just think the family involved shows that everybody, wants to be a part. I think that's fantastic. I love that.
We're all in.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
You bought the home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you are here. That's right. And now you're drinking the water, so you're part of it now. Isn't that true, Jana?
That's true. He is.
That's right.
We're glad to have him.
For sure. Well, I think in education, I think that first day, watching everybody, from the new backpacks to the new shoes or to the new,
haircuts you have across the board.
To
Yep,
the
styles.
maybe new crowns or whatever, or pencils or whatever, and then you go to that last day. The growth from beginning to end is just, as a school teacher, I would have to think that is just completely huge, rewarding, and amazing to see that growth from day one to the last day. And I always loved every teacher I always had. Like every school year when it comes to an end, I would be so sad. And I would think, are they that sad? And
No, they were happy.
Yeah,
they're
Why can't they be? Are they feeling the same? Are they feeling the same way I am? No.
The tears
Brad.
were joy.
Maybe,
a little bit different.
Brad, maybe that was just when we moved on. Maybe they enjoyed it. Maybe
No,
they missed Becky,
no,
but
Brad,
us.
We went to school together.
We went
Okay.
to school together, and we normally got in trouble together.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
My kindergarten, my report card said Becky likes to visit a lot. Yes.
And that hasn't changed, has it?
And that's good.
It's true. But no, but you do. You really do. You get that where everybody's, you've got so many hours together, and everybody's, your growth, you're going through different changes in your life, and it's big, and just like the kindergartners, starting off, this is their first big,
Everything
event.
you learn in kindergarten. You
right?
started out,
Right, yeah. And it's such an exciting time for sure. So it's such a good thing, and it's also a good thing to turn the kids on and get them excited about school and where they want to be, and and also they know it's a safe place.
Now, the other night we've had a couple of open houses, and Jana, you were at our open house for K1-2.
Yeah. I led the lion around. That was my job.
Love that.
I helped the lion.
Yeah.
All the kids loved the lion. That was the first year we've had the lion here.
Yeah. Love
The
that.
kids love that.
Love that. And I love the backdrop.
Yes, the pride. Yeah.
Yes, that was really
that was
cool.
good.
I love that. Yeah, well, it is a lion pride, exactly, and it is a, you think about a lion and their family. That is what the lion family. That's what we're all about, helping each other and being there for each other.
And the number of parents who came out and brought their kids out over the last 2 days was just outstanding. I was talking to several of our, third, fourth grade teachers last night, and they had like 23 or 22 of 21 who came out, and they knew the one wasn't going to be here because of this or that. So, yeah.
Well, that's something that is so good when you can get parents engaged. We want that to be a good relationship, where, because the teacher-parent, should be really able to, be able to communicate if something, needs to be.
When you're functioning as one unit, and whatever the parent says, this teacher says, and the kid gets, it just takes it to the next level, and the growth is much easier to achieve.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's go back over some of the new things. I guess will be the construction's a little bit going on, so just be careful on that, or just kind of be, and we'll put up that.
Have
plan.
patience. Have patience that first day, coming in, coming out, and just be aware of anybody walking or the buses, everything else. So it's going to be a process the first day, and it'll get smoother after that. So.
Jana and I, years ago, we had to walk to school.
We did.
We
lived next door to each other, and we had to walk.
We really did. I know that sounds like it. Yes, we did. We walked to school and we loved it. That was kind of like your morning, your morning walk, and get in there and get started. But there are kids that are walking or riding bikes, so we just need to be careful on that. And also leave a little early, so you have plenty of time on that.
So what elementary school?
Brady Shrum.
Oh,
awesome.
Brady
Yay.
Shrum.
Shrum, absolutely.
We're all alumni.
All three.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm the outcast here.
Yeah.
Shoot.
No,
Okay.
you're part of our
Okay.
our
Yeah,
descendant
we bring
family
it right
now,
in.
so-
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brady Shrum, another first, we have a new principal with Brady
We
Shrum.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And disclaimer, I think this is amazing. I know Kelly very well. I'll let you introduce her, but as far as tell who it is, but I'm so proud that my school that I graduated from, I think she'll be amazing. So.
Yeah.
We are super excited to have Kelly Williams as our new principal, Brady Shrum, and it's a large school, and
Yeah.
we need a strong leader. She comes with an educational, instructional leader is going to be. Data drives a lot of the decisions. She also has special ed knowledge and technology, so she kind of hits all the facets of being a great leader. So
I love that.
she's goal driven, which is even better. Kind of fits in my category as
Yeah.
well. She understands, good, solid teaching, highly effective teaching. So yeah, we're excited.
I love that. And we want to welcome her and congratulate her. And I've heard I've heard everybody that has come over to the open houses. I've heard they really enjoyed talking with her, and she's going to be a wonderful, wonderful asset to Salem School.
Yes.
So, yeah, congratulations on her.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. She'll be wonderful. So on the goals and everything, do you have any certain goals that you can share with us for Salem Community Schools and kind of
We'll be communicating a lot more with our administrative team.
Okay.
We will always, number one, we want our kids to be safe. Number two, we want them to enjoy the process. We want them to come here. This is a place when you can come away. If you have a tough home life, this or that, we want you to come and be a part. And then most definitely the achievement. We want to major focus on test scores. We want to focus on, going from point A to point B. But we also want to develop the morals, the values, so that the total kid as well. So, yeah,
Right.
There's several pieces to the puzzle that we're going to go through. We'll focus on hey, let's enjoy, and then we're going to get to the nuts and bolts and the academic piece of it a little bit later on. So, yeah, we're excited.
Well, that is exciting for sure, and I think that's going to be a great way to do this school year, and it's going to be kind of I guess bring some new things to the table. You are.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
New things, and yeah, we'll be definitely talking a lot more and communicating a lot more with our administrative team, and then also with teachers and parapros, everybody. So
Do you have a chance where you get together with them all?
we do, yes.
Yeah.
We've already met administrative team. We have. So far this year, we waited until Kelly got on board, and then we were there. We will be meeting monthly with our administrative team, and then also we'll be meeting, with each principals. We'll do that monthly as well. And then if we need to meet more than that, we will. I'm not a fan of meet to meet. We're going to have, yes.
Have a meeting to have a meeting.
We're not going to do that.
Meeting we had
Yes,
last week.
yeah. So, but yeah, we'll be going through. We have NWA results that we'll be going through after the first round of testing and things like that. So we're going to be analyzing all the data, seeing where our students are at, seeing if we have, looking at our strengths. We're going to focus on our strengths, but also look at any areas that we can improve on as well.
Right.
And then how we're going to do that.
Well, let's talk about. I know it's not really popular, but let's talk about the testing and kind of like the way our state does, and everybody. This is not. We're not unique. I mean, everybody has to do this testing, and kind of explain how things are going right now.
Correct. Yeah, that's the hand you're dealt, and
Yeah.
you just put a smile on your face and endorse it, and let's go. Whether you like it, you don't like it,
Exactly.
it's here and it's gonna stay. So hey, let's just do the best job that we can do. And again, we want that well-rounded student. You start them at kindergarten. You want to, when they graduate, you want to be able to go off and be a part of life and be strong community members. We want that. But along the way, there are test scores that we have to, that we're held accountable on. But with that, like I said, we have ways to measure our students, and we're going to look at those areas. And then we do have, the iLearn test. We have different things coming along the path. So we will focus on that.
Right.
A major focus on that too as well.
Well, that's good.
How do you, kind of, your personal opinion about this, not necessarily, anything that you...
Oh, don't go personal.
When you think about, people talk about teaching to the test, and you get that negative perception, right, wrong, or whatever, which, so why do you think, or how do you think Salem is going to combat that idea? Because you guys do approach it as a whole student. What are some of the things that you can do as a school comfortable in that you're not just teaching for the test. You're developing great community leaders. Other kids that are going to go away and be leaders in other communities.
Okay, so that was safe. That was safe on my personal opinion there. So that was good. I didn't put that stuff out there. So that's easy, yeah. So no, I am definitely not I'm not a big fan of teaching to the test. I have seen that happen. I've seen it other places where they do that. Not a fan of it at all. We do focus on the total kid. You do have standards. We'll follow the state standards. We're going to maximize, different parts of the assessment piece and the way to get our kids to get to that next level. We'll talk about curriculum mapping, what they do at each grade level, but also we're going to take that curriculum mapping and stretch it and make it like a vertical map. So, your kindergarten knows what your first is doing, and when you get to your third, fourth, and fifth, and then your fifth grade corresponds and communicates with your sixth grade, and it just kind of goes all the way up to the high school. So
I love that. Yeah, that's good. And I think yes, I think having that I think
everybody working together,
yes.
And that's what it is. It's just collaboration. But it's not just, here's a teacher, your fifth grade not working with your sixth grade. It's going to be everybody working together.
I love that.
And again, communication with our principals as well. And right now, out of the gate, our three principals, it seems like, they're going to communicate extremely well, all on the same page. That makes it nice. It makes it easy.
Right.
So when you have all your administrative team working together, you have your central office working together, and then they communicate with your teachers, and your teachers are on board. As long as we're all paddling in the same direction, we'll get results.
That's right. Well, and then I know that take the village, everybody working together to make, and you want that when they walk across that stage for graduation and get that diploma. I mean, you want that child to have every opportunity that child possibly could have had. And not to miss, and we talk about that in whether it's extra, like sports or something like that, or just, in academics and whatever, to be able and to put that child with any other child in the state, and you don't know where they came from. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Or, they can compete with anybody else in the state.
Right.
That's our ultimate goal, is to have, not, and I think that's really a huge goal at Salem Community School.
Correct. It is.
Yeah.
Graduation, you mentioned that. That's so exciting. You've had some girls, who graduated, myself, and even though they could be great kids and that kind of thing, it's still such a special moment to watch them, come across.
Yeah.
And of course, in this position, is exciting because you get to handle their diploma and shake their hand, and you get to see every one of them, that kind of thing. So it's an added bonus just to have that personal touch with each one of them. So each grad.
Right. So and so watching them from kindergarten to till they walk across that stage, it's such a big time for sure.
It is.
So,
Exciting.
It's exciting. Yeah. Well, and of course, I know the kindergartner moms are like, they're not one to think of that. They're like, oh my goodness, there'll probably be more tears from the moms than they and the dads.
Well, as parents, we know that. That's a challenge. I've been in schools, and I've been at the same elementary school, and I'm telling mine bye, and I know I'm going to get to see them, and it's still tough. It's just another stage in life, and kindergarten's tough on parents. It's tougher on parents than it is the kids, for sure.
You're luckier when it's girls. Boys, they're just like, I'm good. Or, hey, can't wait for graduation. Okay.
They do not care.
No.
It's
just so, because it's just like, oh, you excited about your first day? We got to get pictures.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing the pool shot.
There you go.
A little bit of but the girls, it's like the whole thing, with the boys, it's like, hey, we're going to be late. Okay, wear the t-shirt you wore yesterday and put on your shorts, and I'm ready. Got my backpack. I'm going. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, Janet, you can see it at a different level with the grandkids.
Yeah.
So how's that going to be that first day?
Starting all over again.
Yeah.
I go over there and watch them go in,
Yes.
just like I did.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And I know they're ready, aren't they?
They're ready.
Yeah.
So you're going to take pictures?
Oh, yeah.
Yes? Okay.
I would have a harder time with grandkids.
Oh, yeah, because they do no wrong.
Oh,
They're the perfect.
Yeah.
It's really, they're all good.
Now, when my kids were in kindergarten, it was only half a day, so that was a little different. It was kind of like preschool again.
Yeah. Well, and also, we didn't have all the photos. I mean, we didn't have the cameras like we do now. I mean, you'd have to go get the film developed, or, or, now we got our phones and we can just, take away those old
good things about technology.
Definitely.
So I'm going to put Jana on the spot.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I get to be that guy. So Jana, tell us a little bit about, you do so much for Salem Community Schools. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay.
A little bit of everything she does.
Yeah, we'll be here all day long. Okay.
She's the behind the scenes person.
We don't have enough
I'm
time.
gonna order a pizza. We'll be here
Thanks,
for a while.
okay, yeah, get lunch. Well, I do accounts payable. I am the board secretary. I am Dr. Rutherford's secretary as well. I do all the ordering for all the teachers in Salem Community Schools. So that's a huge job right now.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
huge.
definitely.
Yeah.
Any events, she gets things ready for the school board.
Yes.
Oh, I just want to say, she does
she does everything. Yes.
Yeah, and she has like, well, I didn't want to interrupt you, but she just like on the school board, she's like she's a rock star. She has everything ready and just makes it so nice for us. You talk about fluffing our pillows before every meeting. I mean, before we have a meeting, she takes good care of us. Yeah.
She's amazing at that, and the best part, and what she loves the best part is hiding.
Yeah.
Meaning behind the scenes,
No, I
you
know.
never know
No.
when things are totally done,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, who did all this?
Yeah. It was
Jana, always
yeah,
Jana,
exactly.
that kind of thing.
How long have you worked for Salem?
11 years.
Yeah.
So,
11
She
years.
does a wonderful job.
yeah.
Thank you.
And Jana, and I guess as far as like when someone has something they want to ask a question or something for Salem Community Schools, they always go. I call it the mothership. I guess the superintendent's office. So how do they do that? They just call or something?
They do. And they call a lot right now with a lot of questions. People have
What
a
are
lot
some
of
of the questions
right
that
now.
you're getting asked that maybe we can answer that we'll save a phone call today?
The buses,
Mostly buses, yeah.
Yeah.
what bus number, what time pickup.
Yeah, I push that off onto Dee Dee real
Okay.
fast. Buses change so much, I have a hard time keeping up with that, so
Yeah.
I leave that to Dee Dee. But parents have a lot of concerns right now, and they just want to make sure, schedules and changing schedules, and have a lot of concerns.
Because sometimes that communication between student to parent
Yeah.
is
There's
not,
a gap there
the
somehow.
school will
Oh,
make sure
yeah.
there's plenty of communication, but sometimes there's
Yeah.
that breakdown.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Well,
I'll just call Jan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's why she's here today.
Yeah.
I'm the rookie. I've been here 1 month. She knows everything. That goes on with Salem Schools. So that's why she's here today.
Yeah.
I get a lot of texts at night and a lot of questions, and when I go places. And,
Yeah. No doubt, no doubt. Well, and you're that beautiful face that when you come into the superintendent's office, you see you're the greeter there, and so people walking in or people calling. I mean, you have to be on your feet and do a lot. I mean, you got a lot of a heavy load for sure.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, her superintendent's all about that front line.
I
You wanna have
know,
the
I
best
know.
front
Yeah,
line.
that's-
That
yeah,
PR
that's
right out of the
important.
gate
Yeah.
when people call
Yeah.
or they
Yeah.
come in. That's the most important thing.
It
That
is.
can defuse. That can take it to the grade level. They're amazing at the front line.
Absolutely. And she can actually solve a lot of before it even gets.
Oh yes.
Just
Mhm.
like sometimes just answering questions and kind of. I think too from you go from elementary into middle, and middle school was that hard part of trying to remember your locker, and that's when you start changing rooms so much, remember all that going on, and I think that's probably a transition a lot of people have maybe a little bit of concern on.
I agree too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching some sixth graders, during the orientation when the sixth graders came out. And it's very nervous. Some of those sixth graders, making sure they can open up their lockers and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Yeah.
very
But
hard
figuring out
for
if you
sixth
get the
grade
social
parents.
time in between classes.
yeah.
It was a big worry for me. I really was very worried about that. How can I get from point A to point B whenever I know there's going to be a lot of people in between that I'm going to want to visit with,
And calling them middle schoolers is good because they have that middle child syndrome, because they change so much.
They do,
Everything's
they do.
emotional, and I'm the victim of everything, and why me? Or I can't wait till I'm over there because you'll treat me better, and I'll have, I can be independent.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
glad I'm not over there because they don't do anything.
Yeah.
It's middle school's tough.
And I think, like Salem Schools, this is before I came, I think they've done an outstanding job. I mean, we've had orientation, your K1, 2, your 3, 4, 5. I thought the middle school did a wonderful job of bringing their 6th graders in, 7th graders, 8th graders. We had freshman orientation. We have mentors, your junior seniors, who are basically your leaders, who are taking the freshmen underneath their wings and showing them, around the school and showing them things. Salem's just done I think they've done everything they could do to make it warm, inviting. and put the kids at ease and the parents at ease especially.
Well,
So
yeah.
at least trying to make that first couple of days, hey, here we are, let's go.
Right. Well, when your child's like upset as a parent, you're like trying to, and it is, I mean, you're trying to figure out, and you can't go there for them, you know what I mean? And it's going to work out. And my girls did the mentoring, and that was very good. They enjoyed that, and I think it's nice for the freshmen coming in, and then yes, because at 8th grade you're at the top of the pyramid here, and then all of a sudden you go back down, and it's like what,
And it's good for parents sometimes to see their child as that mentor, the juniors and seniors, like dealing with the freshmen and things like that. And then you go, wow, okay, they are paying attention. But it's good to see your child suddenly, I'm a leader, but they're not necessarily realize they're being a leader at that moment. I think that's
when that little peacock of a parent comes out.
Oh,
like, yes,
definitely.
That's my daughter behind the scenes. That's my son.
As you can see, I had to mention that.
Celebrate the victories, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
yeah.
So you were nice. Wait, what?
No, I think that's always a big thing, and of course, every school does different things. But so Salem, you go from kindergarten to 5th grade at the elementary, and then from 6th to 8th middle, and then high school will be. And then we've got some projects that are going on. You want to talk about our safe rooms?
Safe rooms, yes. We just had an update on that, and we're looking at those can be done in February. So had the concrete poured on top. Yes, had the concrete poured. The roof is under at the middle school.
Wow.
In another couple of weeks, the high school is going to be under roof and ready to go. Wow. And so working hard on that. And well, Jana, is that going to be like the first safe room? All 3 buildings are going to have it in the state of Indiana.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like insurance. It really is. You don't ever want anything to happen, but if I'm a parent, wow, what a comfort that is. And it's not just a safe room. I mean, they're going to be using for the music rooms. They're going to be using for other things. So it's not just one big open room that's not going to be doing. They're going to be utilized. So it's like a dual purpose. So
and it's such a blessing for us to have it. We talked with the Kentucky, the flooding and everything, and that's been horrible. But like they've set up, I think at an elementary school there, they've set up like cots and stuff for people. And what a blessing that we have this is a community, just like community, Salem Community Schools. This is for our community. We have generators. I'm not saying that we want to ever use it for that, but what a blessing that we have this and to have 3. That's not even heard of, And that's been a blessing, and I think, they've used our pattern, that first pattern there at the elementary school. A lot of other schools came to see it, and in Kentucky, I think they said that they were even, like, every new building that they build for schools have to have one now. I mean, they're trying, so that's a blessing that it has to be almost a God thing that we have 3. That's just a huge blessing for our school.
Great safety net.
Totally. You pray you don't ever have to use it for that, but
it is. We got it. Yeah. And for Salem to have the only one.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Very much so. Yeah. And I was on the board when that was, and that was a grind. And the state was just awesome. When you get that green light that to go. And when we had some flooding here in our community, remember the flood.
Gosh, she looks at both of you guys. I'm still.
I'm sorry. We had bad flood,
yes.
and and when our lieutenant governor came down, they were like, this is, and they wanted to see the paper, and they were like, oh, this is awesome. We need more of that, So that was a blessing. So, and then they get one at the high school and the middle school now. That's just awesome. So I think that's going to be exciting. So February's kind of our, give or take. You have to, with construction, we just talked about that, either ahead or behind or,
But things should go very smooth, once it's under, and then you don't have to worry about the weather.
Right. And we're getting, for the middle school, it's going to be used as a, for the
STEAM.
Yeah, I could. It was STEM, but it's STEAM. Yeah. So we're excited about that. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
STEAM room and a lot of great things and a lot of great opportunities for our students.
Yes, Mrs. Morgan's already ordering a lot of stuff for her.
Yeah. And they actually went up and like up north where there was already some rooms already established, and they gave us some. And this I love people working together. I love when people help each other. And so they gave her some like plans of how to do this. And so, of course, we ask, what do we owe you? Nothing. That's
Yeah, it is.
I love when other schools help other schools. And that was up northern. I don't want to say the name and get it wrong, but of course, we just talked about me and names today.
Well, and again, that just goes back to the big picture.
Yeah.
And that's with other corporations working together all the time. We're all in this together. Our whole focus is kids. It's not a competition.
No.
We're developing kids, and we all hands on deck, and I can do whatever I can to help you. You can help us. And so it is.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was very, very kind and very good, and gave us a little bit of an advantage on knowing how to set it up and do. So, of course, we'll tweak it and do it our way.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a huge blessing for our community. And of course, we know over at high school that's going to be awesome too. So, great things happening for sure. So, and anytime you see construction and you see adding on and doing, it's always exciting. And schools, what better to put our investment in than our children.
It is. You see the construction, you see progress, and even like in Salem, I mean, you see, construction, some people are like, oh man, when are they going to get this done? That kind of thing. It's progress.
Oh,
this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is great. Look at the end result and what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, the money's coming in, getting things done, and improving Salem. So it's great across the board.
And I'm glad you brought that up real quick. I kind of go back over. I've talked about it a lot, but with the construction, okay, it is a little bit of a, everybody, we're all, going through it. But they're digging up lines and water lines and lines that have not been touched for years. This needs to happen, you know what I mean? And so this is going to be
like 1930s, 40s, water lines and things like that.
This is like
so it's
stuff
been.
That they didn't use this stuff. I mean, this is like, so they're going deep and they're doing it right. So they don't have to, there'll be another several years, many, many years. Our great grandkids probably, will have to go through this. But anyway, so our great. Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, so they're doing it right, and it is a little bit of but we have to trust the process, and it's from our state. This is our state doing this, and and they put $3 million in our community. They could have put that $3 million anywhere, So what a blessing for our community to get this done and to get these. It's going to have a new bridge, it's going to have some new lines and new construction. I mean, it's going to be nice. It is. So we just have to trust the process and realize that this is going to be a good thing. So, I think that's something that everybody just has to, it's a little bit maybe inconvenient, but we've actually seen more of our community and drove by different areas that we had, I've seen some beautiful houses that I hadn't really noticed.
I didn't know they lived there.
Yeah. I'm sure the residents are like seeing more vehicles. They can sit out and watch, But that's okay, we're getting it's all together working for our community, and $3 million that they've invested. The state has said we're going to put in Salem, downtown Salem, right here. We're going to do this. We're going to do some fixing up, and that's they could have done it anywhere else. So what a blessing, And we see Pekin's getting some stuff done. We know the Bex Mill area got their bridge. They wanted that bridge repaired and got that. So there's some good
So
things.
when you have all that done, and then the safe rooms are done and all of that, so by March of next year, just think how beautiful the drive through Salem to get to the school system will be. It'll be like,
Yeah.
Well, then you can just keep on driving, because I've been driving around, just the county. It's beautiful.
It is. Oh, yeah. We have a gorgeous,
Yes,
we do,
very much so.
definitely. And the county's actually really big. From east to west or north to south, when you drive Washington County, it is a huge county.
Actual area-wise, it's the third largest, and it's very nominal the difference between the largest county and us. So I think that's always interesting.
Yeah. We kind of got the Hoosier Hills, you kind of.
Yes.
You gone over to Seven Sisters yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
We need to do that, all four of us.
Yeah.
Let's take him over this. Look, he's writing it down, Seven Sisters.
Yes.
We got to take him over to Seven Sisters. You will be a changed man.
You will. Make sure you have good shocks.
That's right. We're going to take Brad's truck.
Yeah. It'll be good.
And wear a helmet. It hits your head.
Yeah, sometimes you do hit your head.
Yeah. But no, those are fun things about our community, and definitely a great time. And I'm so happy to have you and be a part. And we felt as a board, I'll just stop. I don't want to talk for everybody, but I know everybody feels the same. That you were the man for the job, and I feel like that you're really shaking and moving, and that's exactly what we wanted. And so we are very excited and over the moon. And I've asked everybody, have they met him? Have you met him? Have you met him yet? Have you met him? You know, and some have, and, you know, some are like, we're going to, you know, but I think the majority of the teachers are like, yeah, you know, they really, you know, are excited too.
I've been very impressed with our staff. You know, that'd be from the custodians, maintenance, to the cooks, to teachers, to everyone, front office. Everybody has just been wonderful. Been very impressed with them. So, and not because she's sitting here, but I must say, even through the interview process and that kind of thing, I was most impressed with the school board. Not only with their care factor of students, but also just the community was so important to them, because I asked them a couple questions about that, and it just kept talking about the community. And that was a selling point to me. When you have your board on board with the students and the community, it's a win-win.
We're lucky. They care. They really care.
They
So,
do,
I do have another gotcha question for you. So, what made you decide to apply to Salem? What was the thing that said, I want to do that?
Yeah. So when it first came open, you know, I heard about the opening. My wife and I and my daughter, we just came to Salem, and we just hung out in Salem. I mean, we were driving around, just checking things out. You know, before
Check out our Walmart across the street.
No, JC, yes, you know, and different things, but just check things out. Just fly on the wall, trying to meet, greet, and just see people because they have no earthly idea who you are. We were impressed. I'd never been to Salem before, and just driving around, I love history, and you know, the courthouse, the square, and things like that. It just kind of brought you in, and then of course you do your research, you check things out, and everything just kept checking the box, and then it was time to apply. And then you apply, and you're still kind of, you just don't know. And then I'm going to say, like I said, right after I met the board, and they gave me an opportunity to ask a few questions, and that was some of the questions I asked the board. And then after that, it was like, okay, I really want to come here. So, yeah. And I'm going to say, really want to come here. I really want to bring my family here. I want to bring my wife here. We want to be a part of this. Right? So, yeah.
There's nowhere like it.
Yeah, and we feel the same way. Exactly, that's exactly the way. And
even if you go out and conquer the world, you end up.
You have no place like
And you know what? I love that more than anything else. There's been countless people that I have met and I have talked to, and they graduated from Salem. I'm sitting here with 3 Salem grads. I mean, this is amazing that people go, and a lot of times people go and they don't want to come back. I mean, you see that all the time. Not Salem. People want to come back, and I got to go to the alumni. You know, the banquet, the dinner. Wow, that was awesome. That doesn't happen everywhere.
No,
you know, that's not a norm. And to have everybody come in and everybody's telling their stories, you know, what they did. I think that was the 70s, you know, 70, 71 club, you know, and that kind of thing. And just the pride that they had from several years ago to now, it's not everywhere. It's not. It's a special thing for Salem to have that. So.
That is great. Well, I think, you know, in our uniqueness too, and you know, when you drive around, you know, I think about, you know, our beautiful courthouse. We love the courthouse, and you know, and you go on Market Street and you have that brick, and then you go on, and that would be, and then you go on the west side of Market Street. Then you have that kind of where they fixed it all up. You have the park and everything, and you've got the nice sidewalks and everything. So you kind of got the best of both worlds here. And then when you go down, you know, the main street there, you know, on North Main, you've got, you know, it's just beautiful coming in and seeing that courthouse to the south. And then, of course, our Walmart is just fantastic. You'll just completely be over the moon to see what all they do. They do so much for our community, and they don't tell about it. You don't always. They just do behind the scenes great things. And
we visited Walmart several times. Was there last night as well. So yeah, Walmart to go to.
And all of the things that we do and all of the awards that we store is one. It's because we have the best associates. I am lucky to get great people, and our associates are so great because they're committed. They know they're either related to or they know our customers. But if you take great care of the community, you're going to take great care of them. So
you couldn't be any more community. They are completely.
We're very lucky. We have great associates that every day just want to come to work and do the right things. And we have some great
Well, brag on yourself a little bit. Tell me you won the Helen Walton Award. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, we won the Helen Walton Award in our second year that we were open. There's one given out of 5,000 super centers across the
Yeah. They're
It's
kind
for
of
community engagement and
That's
things that we
awesome.
do.
That's
Yeah,
a high
they're-
fiver.
they are a big deal.
So very proud of that one.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
proud of that one. And then we've been Super Center of the Year 3 times, but this last year, we just got awarded this a couple months ago. We were Super Center of the Year for the entire North Business Unit, which means it made us to the top 4 stores in the entire company in the U.S. So we're very proud of that. And that's based on associate engagement. So
Wow.
our associates give us a score every year of how we're doing, and we're the #1 store out of the region on AES, Associate Engagement Survey, out of 200 stores, and then we're top 10 in the entire company. So we're very proud of that. And we've been #1 in the region out of the years we've been open. 4 out of the 5 years we've been open, and the 1 year we weren't #1, we were #2.
Wow.
By 1 point. So,
No.
but we have great associates, and we have great communities. So
Well, a lot of your associates are parents or students
yes.
that
Well,
are
that goes hand in hand. I've been telling everybody it's all about the people. Every time you meet people, it's been great. And I was talking to one of our counselors last night, who came from another corporation. I said, what brought you to, what do you like, what's the biggest difference that you said? And she said, the people. And I said, no way. I said, that's what I've been saying the whole time. And you're saying the exact same thing it's just the community of people. And that's amazing.
I'm one of those that I'm from here. I graduated from here. I moved away and had my life, so to speak.
He was wandering in the
I
wilderness.
was,
Yes.
yeah. And then I have been with Walmart for 15 years now, and I was doing things with marketing and doing all kinds of things. And their idea for me, the trajectory, was a little bit different. And when the opportunity came to come back to Salem, I gladly came
Jumped.
home. I
Yes.
gladly came home. And, I actually had to. I was not the original choice. I tell that story a lot because my boss said, "No, I need you doing these things," and I said, "Please, I want to go home." So I came home. I got to oversee this build up, and I got to stay here. Well, the original thing was you can go for a year, and then we're gonna send you off again. So I've been here ever since. And, I'm out living on my grandparents' farm, in the cornfield, and things like that. So it's this community. It's like I'm proud of my company, but the opportunity to bring my company to my community, I'm so proud of, and that's the best decision I ever made.
Yeah.
So how long has Walmart been here? In Salem?
We opened in 2016.
Okay. I thought it looked
Yeah,
so
it
new.
is
It looks
new,
great.
yeah.
2016. But we've already had a remodel because we're supposed to be a $45 million super center and we're $90 million.
Wow.
So we're very proud of that. So we've had a remodel because we've had to expand our online grocery footprint and things like that. So, but our goal, Mike King, the store manager here, is amazing in that he wants, every time you come in, he wants it to look like we just opened that day. Cleanliness has always been, even prior to the pandemic, cleanliness and the store looking great has always been a priority, and because that's what your customers deserve. So it's very lucky with that.
We host the caravan for the Cincinnati Reds, and we've hosted it there. And they just are just like, we've not seen anything this clean, or any Walmart. So they're just wonderful.
And we've had folks from the football team come
Yeah.
over and do their shopping at Christmas time.
Oh,
things like
shopping
that.
the coffee, you just wait.
They help with that and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So, folks in the school. So we're very proud to partner with our
Yeah, our fireworks, everything.
fireworks for football games.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Brad, you're just
very
carrying
proud.
this on.
Well,
Very
and then,
proud.
and during the pandemic, we all needed thermometers and stuff.
Yes.
They were rock stars getting us thermometers, getting us, materials and stuff that we needed. So yeah, they're
We were only one of many community partners. We're just honored what we
Wow.
do.
So that's one too to know a little bit of bragging. So there's a lot to say.
Just
over
another amazing person I met from Salem
Yeah,
today, Brad.
yeah.
So
Well, I'm very proud to be a Salem Club.
yeah.
there. Yeah, for sure. Well, so tomorrow we're running close on time, but so tomorrow's the big day.
Tomorrow.
It's
Yes.
the most
Wonderful time of the year.
I like the memes where the mom is just
Right.
throwing the
Yeah,
hand.
that's right, yeah.
There's no tears there.
No. Gotta go.
You'll get those who's, hey, good luck, so long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, and that kind of thing, and then you get your others that's going to get the hugs and
Yeah.
tears and kisses and that kind of thing.
Yes.
4 or 5
So-
hugs before they go.
So what
Yeah.
time does the bell ring tomorrow? What time? We start off at 8 o'clock?
8:01.
8:01?
Yeah.
8:01. That's
8:01.
interesting.
I'm not sure about that. Don't
Yeah,
tell me to.
yeah. And then, of course, then all day long, and then it'll be exciting to hear when they get back from school, the first day, all of the stories and everything.
Yep.
And, of course, tomorrow morning, want to remind everybody, we'll put up the bus, kind of the idea or the
Flow,
strategies,
traffic
different
flow,
yeah,
correct.
to make sure. And of course, our police officers, they're wonderful. Our,
Amazing,
you said
yes.
the football team's going to help. Everybody's going to be
Everybody's-
around. So just use caution because, and that's another thing too. That was another thing. You got a lot of energy going on. And you got a lot of kids running and exciting and so let's be careful, be slow. Drive slow, and allow extra time. And anything else, Jana, that you can think of?
Can't think of anything else. You guys have it covered.
And just have a great, wonderful, and a great school year.
Yeah.
In there.
We are so ready and excited
Yeah.
for that first day.
And if
Can't
anybody's
wait.
wanting to see you, where are you going to be tomorrow morning?
I'll be at Brady.
Brady's.
In the morning.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll start out at Brady
yeah.
and then make my way around to the other buildings, but start out at Brady. Yeah.
Well played.
It'll be where the tears are.
Oh, I
That is,
know,
yes.
I know.
I'll be helping the little kindergartners, bringing them in.
The kindergarten-
And then I'll be on a phone somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Jenna's the one you're going to have to really watch. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to be at Brady with him for a
Oh,
while.
there you
So,
go.
Yeah, she'll be,
I'll
but
be
Jenna,
there
yeah,
first.
Jenna will be balling too over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be with them for a
Yeah,
while.
but you need a little bowling group, little
Yes,
cry,
yeah.
little,
A couple of extra Kleenexes,
little
that kind
hugs
of thing.
and stuff. Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be fun. And of course, you'll be high-fiving, and if anybody wants the opportunity to meet you or to
Right.
just, say hi to you, I encourage any of our listeners, if you've not met him, please, introduce yourself and get that communication and get that relationship going.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Don't be a stranger. Not a stranger.
No, it's exciting for sure. So we're ready for this. Yeah. So
Yeah, I hope everybody has a great school year. And Janet, keep up the great work. You're
Yeah,
awesome. You really are.
yeah.
She tries to be
Yeah.
quiet, but we got to brag.
yeah, we'll have to bring you back on. Yeah, Danny, you did great. You did good. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. See, it's not that bad.
She just wouldn't let us
Thanks
tell
for
her
having
husband
me.
that she was on. So
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I hope he's listening.
Yeah.
I hope he is listening.
make sure you don't tell him it was our idea not to tell him, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to blame it on you, Brad.
Yeah, Brad told me not to tell you.
Yeah, Brad said that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Brad's used to getting blamed a lot. I use Brad a lot. Well, thank you all so much for coming in and here's the best school year ever, and let's
Great.
and let's keep up that energy, keep going, and we know the Salem Pride and Salem Community Schools. We are very proud of the whole campus, everybody, and from everyone working hard together, and everybody's goals is to make the best child and have the best experience that anyone can have. And that's our ultimate goal at Salem Community Schools.
And a good thing for parents, if you have a question, these folks are just call, ask. It's better, easier. They will take great care of you. So
Right,
just
right.
do that.
And kind of going over the pyramid, just real quick, that if you have a question, please, if it's about a classroom, please talk to the teacher. And I promise 99% of the time when I spoke to the teacher about one of my girls, it was so much. So just start with the teacher. Then you can go to the principal. And then if it's not, then you can go on to the superintendent. But please, avoid jumping right to the superintendent. A lot of things can be cleared up real quickly if you just talk to the teacher. Have that communication. Have that relationship with the teacher. I always try to get that great relationship with every teacher. So that's so important. So, if they're just kind of going back over that pyramid. Yeah. So, yeah.
But when you see the superintendent at a ball game or volleyball, football, wherever it's going to be this spring, please say hi.
Yeah.
Introduce and say hi.
Definitely. Love that. All right, let's thank our sponsors, Bradley.
All right, we've got Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Who's Your Upland, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Blackside Associates, Dr. Gun, Fox for Lee Wealth Management.
All right, thank you to our great sponsors, and everyone have a wonderful and a safe and a great Wednesday, okay?
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember when you had your birthday party at McDonald's, playing with your family and friends? enjoying cake and that one-of-a-kind McDonald's food and drink? If you're looking for a fun and safe place to have a party for your children or grandchildren, look no further. Party time is back at McDonald's right here in Salem, Mitchell, and West Baden. That's right, hosted birthday parties are back, baby! Call event coordinator Renee Lewis at 812-788-0126 to schedule your birthday for Salem, Mitchell, or West Baden today. The party includes food and drink for up to 10 guests, with your choice of white or chocolate cake, ice cream for each child, a gift for the birthday boy or girl, goodie bags for each child, and a festive decorated party area. Parties at Salem allow children to play, while the McDonald's in Mitchell and West Baden will feature age-appropriate games. Let McDonald's make your child's next birthday party stress-free for you and fun for them. Call Renee at 812-788-0126 today and get your next party on the schedule at McDonald's.
Louder Than Life is back September 22nd through the 25th. 4 stages, over 90 bands with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nine Inch Nails, Slipknot, Alice in Chains, Bring Me the Horizon, Shinedown, Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, Incubus, Evanescence, Tenacious D, and many more. Go to louderthanlifefestival.com for all lineup and ticket information.
Summer starts at Walmart.
If you're looking for just the right swimwear, getting the pool started, building that perfect backyard patio, or searching for outdoor games or camping gear, your Walmart in Salem has it all.
Check out our summer clearance in electronics. We've got TVs on sale, lots of phone chargers, cases, and screen protectors, as well as select laptops marked down.
And if you're starting that outdoor patio, Walmart has fire pits, gazebos, folding and plastic chairs, and all the landscaping plants, mulch, and rock to make your special place a great summer location to relax.
Don't forget your summer food, fresh watermelons, corn, and tomatoes, and lots of great prices on steaks, hot dogs, and burgers for your holiday cookouts. We have grills, charcoal, and we offer propane tank exchanges for the lowest prices in town.
Hey Brad, I'm going to need a bigger cart. Turning Point Church in Scottsburg continues to have food giveaways, and we'll do some again this month through July the 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and carry out meals through July the 25th. There'll be a Wellness Wednesday event on July the 6th and the 20th from 5 to 6 p.m. Call 812-752-7857 or find them online at turningpointchurchscottsburg.com for more information.
This is Melissa Jeremiah with Hoosier Uplands Home Health Care and Hospice. Our professionals are available at 812-849-4447 to answer any questions you have regarding home health care or hospice. The summer heat is upon us. When working outdoors, make sure and stay hydrated. Also check on your neighbors who are homebound. Consider donating a fan or window unit to those who are without. Our family at Hoosier Uplands wishes you a safe summer.
It's back to school time, and Turning Point Church in Scottsburg is having a prayer meeting on July the 31st at 6 p.m. at the flagpole. The goal is to pray for safety over our children and staff that will be attending any schools in the Scott County area. Every school will have people praying at the flagpole at 6 p.m. Turning Point Church is located at 899 West McLean Avenue in Scottsburg. They're striving to be the light in the world and encourage you to participate in praying over our children and their teachers before the start.
Established in 1994 and continuing to offer the perfect balance of inspiring hope, unwavering truth, and a touch of goofiness. The Rick and Bubba Show.
It is 6 minutes past the hour, 28 and a half years. Still here and trying to make it happen. Thanks for being with us. Speedy, the real Greg Burgess, Helmsy, and Eddie Van Adler, all here. Welcome back for a brand new hour. There's Bill Bubba Bussey.
Very glad to be here. Thank all of you for tuning in and letting us do what we do.
Yeah, again, I guess this is a new segment that's been established on the program, Rick and Bubba, Team Rick and Bubba Group Cake. Yesterday, you never know what's going to happen in the Rick and Bubba Group Cake. I mean, you never know. You could go, we can go days and there just be nothing there. And then somebody will take command, especially if there's some sort of ball game on or some sort of event, and you can really get to back and forth, and then there's somewhere in between. And yesterday you were informing us about the parking lot story that we've already done. And then we get into Taiwan and Pelosi. I didn't know why you were at the doctor. We got that handled. And then a video showed up.
You don't see the video, so this kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, I would. And then I'll kind of tell you that you know what it was like to receive it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this is me playing pitch with one of our small dogs, Lovey, who is our puppy.
Lovey.
Full of energy and loves to retrieve. And I put it in slow motion. And I love seeing a dog in slow motion. You know, when they spin the water off of them, that's just so crazy to watch. But I've always liked slow motion stuff. There used to be a great TV show called Time Warp, and they covered all these things that happen in everyday life. But this is what I like here. When you see her coming back, she's got her little toy here. She's doing a little high stepping here. I know the governor would appreciate that. But then when she breaks down to jump up on the couch, and she's got to go up and over there's so many phases to that jump that's really cool when you watch it, how she uses her front paws to get at the